love mathematics. That's exactly what to say if you want to spend the next 2 hours alone at a party. Let me ask you all a question that you must have dreaded to answer during high school. Who here hated math and science during high school? Please raise your hands. Well, that's interesting, because did you know that we use the concepts and functions of maths and science in our everyday life since the second we were born? Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and future innovators, I stand before you today to dive into the fascinating world of STEM education and its transformative power in shaping the trajectory of our lives. I want to start off by saying STEM is all around us. From the smallest things we do, like brushing our teeth in the morning, to the cars we drive every day. It is everywhere. Firstly, I want to say that STEM is an acronym for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and it is often viewed differently by a variety of students, shaped by their individual interests and skills. There may be some of you here who absolutely despise math and science. There may be some of you who love math and science, and there may be some of you who have no particular feeling about it. But whatever your view on STEM and its various fields is, it plays a crucial role in our lives, from helping us learn so many crucial skills to teaching us life lessons. Firstly, let's talk about the importance of STEM education. Maths and science is really important. Everyone knows this. But have you ever wondered why? Why is math so important? It's just a bunch of numbers, right? And what about science? Why is science so important? It's just memorizing facts and definitions for tests and exams. Well, science is about providing hands-on learning to generate hypotheses and then experimenting with that hypothesis to prove if it's right and understanding why it is wrong. And that right there is the perfect example of why STEM education is just so important. While it has a really bad reputation of being too rigorous and demanding, it plays a crucial role in our lives by teaching us multiple important life skills. For example, I moved from India about a year ago, where I had all 3 fields of science separated since grade 8, and a lot of curriculum to cover for both math and science since grade 6. Back then, I absolutely despised math, and I hated science. But what I learned from staying in that rigorous education system is how to learn. I had to let go of the mentality that I have to memorize facts and definitions of things such as electrochemistry or photochemistry, things I didn't believe I would ever use in real life. And I know for a fact that I won't see a battery and go like, oh my gosh, that uses electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is the study of electricity and how it relates to chemical reactions. I will not do that. But what I learned from staying in that system is how to learn. I had to manage my time efficiently to get all that information inside my head using the least amount of time in my day. I learned how to learn. And what that means is that I just didn't simply memorize the facts and definitions given to me. I tried to truly understand the why behind those facts. Everyone says that curiosity killed the cat. But curiosity is that fire within us that makes us learners. And if we don't keep feeding that fire, it will fizzle out. And with a lot of practice, I could retain information better than before. And even though we don't use things such as electrochemistry or photochemistry in our everyday life, we do use the skills we acquire while learning it in chemistry class, like knowledge retention, the ability to solve a problem systematically, and the ability to experiment. What I'm trying to say is that these STEM fields take up so much of our effort and time, but they're meant to do that. They're meant to make us claw at our brains till we understand something, because that's how we learn multiple important skills like critical thinking, time management, endurance, and persistence. It teaches us to keep going at something to understand it, even though we may think we never will. And that endurance, that persistence, that drive to never give up is what we take away from STEM classes. Another really important thing to learn from STEM classes is overcoming the fear of failure. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. That is what my mom says to me almost every day. Don't be afraid. Don't fear the unknown. And don't fear the impossible. Because what is possible today was once believed to be impossible. Today's fiction may be tomorrow's reality. For instance, when trying to prove your hypothesis, you may find that it was not true. This gives us the essential skill of accepting failure. It teaches us that not only is failure okay, but it is a stepping stone towards success. No one, I repeat, no one can be truly successful without once failing in their life. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, had 1,000 failed experiments before he perfected it. And what he said was, I have not failed. I have found 1,000 ways to not make a light bulb. Failure is only failure if you fail to learn something from it. Otherwise, it is a stepping stone towards success. And if you haven't failed, you haven't even tried. Our brain is a muscle. And just like every other muscle in our body, we need to exercise it to keep it sharp. We can exercise other muscles by moving them, by using them and straining them beyond what feels easy or comfortable. In the same way, we have to use our brain beyond what we are comfortable with, stepping outside our comfort zone. For instance, if you find one math problem to be easy, move on to a harder one. That will actually challenge your brain to think critically to solve it. And without this struggle, there is no growth possible. STEM has unlimited opportunities, and the only limits it has is the limits of your imagination and ambition, which could be endless. STEM, as everyone says, leads to tons of job opportunities, all of them extremely interesting and engaging. Due to innovation, new developments, and new discoveries, it is an ever-growing field full of opportunities. And if you ever feel down, remember the people who walked this path before you. Remember the women who studied all alone in an all-male medical school. Remember Marie Curie, the lone woman in the Silvey Conference. Remember Ada Lovelace, the first ever computer programmer. And remember the countless people who all struggled to find their place in STEM, but then moved on to make world-changing discoveries. In conclusion, STEM provides us with a sea of opportunities for only those who are willing to pursue it. Even though you may not want to, take a few STEM classes in high school. They would help you throughout your life. And you are never too old to integrate STEM into your learning. Even with small things like researching a small topic every day and then quizzing yourself at the end of the week will not only help you with knowledge retention, but also it will increase your general knowledge. Don't tell me the sky is the limit when there are footprints on the moon. Paul Brandt. Don't let others limit you. Your limits are only what you decide to be. And question the most obvious things, and you may find what you thought was impossible. As Albert Einstein rightly said, the most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. And there is nothing more mysterious than the conundrums of STEM. Thank you.